is really a reflection of himself, and it's not a pretty picture as far as he's concerned.
I think that the movie reflects also about the paternal figure. For Clubber, Dr. Wooler is like the father that he never has. He's searching for approval. And on the opposite, Elena doesn't want to be like Indy, but in the end, they look alike a lot. So how the movie, in your opinion, reflects on this aspect of the paternal figure slash mentor?
Interesting question. I haven't seen it like that, but now that you say it, yeah. Obviously, I have a sidekick that is constantly looking for my approval, and he never gets it. And I bring him into the worst mess of his life. And Indiana Jones has a similar story. Obviously, he has a different kind of development in that, which is a little more positive than mine.
That's so true. You were saying about Mr. Ford, about the fact of the de-aging. I heard an interview that you have done in LA that you say that Lucasfilm has more than 40 years of movie with your face on. So I'm just curious to know, since I'm a big fan of both the franchise, if there is a little bit of Han Solo in this version of Indiana Jones.
Not on purpose. I think that the two characters have very different utilities in the films that they appear in. I hope that I'm not making the mistake of bringing Han Solo into an Indiana Jones movie.
No, not a chance. And just curious to know, last question for both of you. I think that it's also a movie that reflects on the paternal figure. For Elena, she doesn't want to be like Indy, but in a certain way, she's like him. And on the other side, we see the villain. They're looking for, the respect of each other. So how the movie, in your opinion, reflects on the mentor and the paternal figure?
Indy had a huge impact on Helena when she was younger, and she begrudges that all the way through her adult life because she doesn't want him to be something that she looks up to, because he hurt her and he abandoned her at a time where she really needed him. But she has picked up a trick or two from him, whether she likes it or not. And the beautiful thing about the journey is that she realizes that she can learn something from him, begrudgingly still. And I think that's often how it goes with mentors. But also that he can learn something from her as well, to be fair.
And what he's seeing when he looks at her is really a reflection of himself. And it's not a pretty picture as far as he's concerned. But he's not making the connection quite that the audience will make, that she's the same kind of person he was in the first movie.
Except with even less integrity.
With less integrity, but a lot better looking. And she's bent on personal, gain and at whatever expense.
But then, to be fair, she would be very open about the fact that she's a thief, whereas I think he denies it quite a lot.
Well, he's a robber, not a thief.
What's the difference?
He's a grave robber. It's right. These kinds of.
They're both thieves.
Yeah, but.
And.
These are elements. What we're not talking about is the movie overall, because these elements don't describe the movie. The movie's an Indiana Jones movie with all of that kind of action and intrigue and fascinating characters, but there's an emotional reality to it that really underpins it and gives it finds a way into our deeper into our soul. I think. I hope.